The decreed hour is come. Set forth with my blessing, Prince Noctis.
Thank you, Your Majesty.
What is going on, guys? Joel Campos back here again, bringing you another review. For once, I'm doing a major game. So this is my first major game review, so let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Today I'm going to be reviewing Final Fantasy 15. I've been a fan of the Final Fantasy series since I was about 8 years old. I remember watching my brother play Final Fantasy 7 and going on to play through the game with one of my best friends. With that being said, I was extremely excited for Final Fantasy 15 to come out after it being anticipated for almost 10 years. I mean, this was supposed to be the Final Fantasy to end all Final Fantasies, right? At least that's what Square Enix wanted us to believe. While this is not the case, I've still really enjoyed my time within the world of EOS. Final Fantasy 15 was created and published by Square Enix. While this is not a surprise to any gamer, it is surprising that it took about 10 years for the game to be released. I feel that this needs to be noted because since it was in development for so long, there is a higher standard associated with the game. Whether or not Final Fantasy 15 meets the standard will be evaluated throughout this review with my thoughts on the story, side quests, mechanics, and replay value of the game. Let's start by going over some of the basics. The two main characters within the game are Noctis Lucis Calum, who is the crown prince of Lucis, and Lunafreya Nox Fleuret, the princess of Tenebrae. The beginning of the game shows King Regis Lucis Calum, long name I know, lecturing Noctis and his friends on their upcoming journey to Accordo's capital city of Altissa. Altissa is where Noctis is set to marry Lunafreya. While this marriage is arranged by the two kingdoms, the flashbacks shown throughout the game show a tale of their love for each other since they were both very young. The game begins with their loving car, the Regalia, breaking down and needing repairs. After their first night on this boy band road trip or tour, they hear word that their kingdom has been attacked and King Regis has been murdered. This is where the excitement of the game begins, along with a predictable storyline. While the story is very predictable and blurry at some points, I found my time with it to be very entertaining. The blurry parts within the game are what I'm assuming the movie and anime are there for. Those might fill those gaps. While I love seeing a video game IP broaden their horizon and content, I don't think a singles game story should need context and other forms of media to fully understand what is happening. That being said, Square Enix did a great job at making the player feel very invested in the story with the tasks that are given. The side quests within the game, while sometimes repetitive, was one of the aspects of the game that I really enjoyed. They are hit or miss though. The many hunting quests were entertaining, but I did not enjoy fishing for 30 minutes at a time to catch a fish for a cat that looked hungry. Also, I don't know if it's the nostalgia that gets me, but I really enjoyed the side quests that relate to the chocobos. The mechanics within Final Fantasy 15 are great, and I mean really great. While the common gamer would assume that Final Fantasy is a classic turn-based RPG, Final Fantasy 15 is more combat and skill-based. The combination of hacking and slashing at a boss while simultaneously coordinating special attacks and moves for my squad felt great. The fighting mechanics made for some of the most fun I've had in video games, period. The controls made for a very enjoyable experience and were very easy to get used to. The movements within the open world of EOS were very fluid, whether I was riding in the Regalia, running through a field, or riding a chocobo across the country. Getting from point A to B was very easy. Having talked so highly about some of the story and side quests, I think it's safe to say that the replay value is very high for Final Fantasy 15. While the story alone can be beaten in around 18 hours, the side quests can really take up a lot of your time because of how many there are. I could see myself going back to complete most, if not all of the side missions, now that I have completed the sometimes confusing story. With all that being said, Final Fantasy 15 most certainly warrants the $59.99 price tag. With the amount of content the game has, it makes for a great bang for your buck. The only way I see myself playing through the story of the game a second time is if I watch the movie and the anime, which I find is highly unlikely. The content and mechanics within the game made for a great overall experience, and I cannot wait to get back and do some more of the side quests within the world of EOS. Thank you for watching my review of Final Fantasy 15. What have you guys thought of the game? I'm assuming by now most people have played it, probably picked it up on sale. Let me know what your thoughts on the game are in the description below. As always, go find me on Twitter at Campo63. Follow me there. Subscribe to my channel here at Almost Random. Listen to our podcast, Pixel Street Podcast, over on SoundCloud and iTunes. And as always, until next time.